Hi, so I just want to take a second to do a reading response for the Living Inquiry article that we're reading for Wednesday's class. And I wanted to start off by saying this was such an amazing article to really get a true glimpse of what it can look like in a classroom in one teacher's experience and how she uses informational text as a resource for her students to support their inquiry-based learning. This was something that I had always kind of been familiar with, but not really dove into why. And I think one area that it's affirmed, but also helped me see even more clearly, is giving our students the opportunity to ask questions and then look for the answers themselves. And as a teacher, being able to teach them how to find answers and how to use their resources instead of always just giving them the answer and not challenging them to have to go through their resources and have to think through that process. So really putting it a little bit in their hands with some guidance, but to give them this access to informational text that can help answer those questions. And that's another reason why it can be so important to have in the classroom, because it supports that inquiry-based. The other thing that I really liked that she did, and that really stood out to me as something that can change how I teach, is how she used those inquiry moments that just came up during the day as an opportunity to support the learning of her students. You know, the example with the weather, she had the choice to be able to say, go back to your stations, do what you're supposed to be doing, or let's take a second and let's talk about this. Let's ask questions about this. Let's see, dive into it a little bit more than we would have, and that's okay, because it demonstrates that inquiry and that searching and that looking for answers. And so that was really eye-opening to me. And one way that it's really inspired my teaching and my future practice is that as I was reading through all of this, everything that she did seemed like it took extra time and effort to put together. And as a teacher, I need to be willing to be able to put in that extra time to be able to give my students the best learning opportunity. And that might be going through newspaper articles and finding ones that help out with whatever content we're teaching, or text features, and making the live chart like she did in her classroom, or finding different informational texts that students can use and having those available. But really just putting in that extra time and being willing to truly put that materials together to support that inquiry learning. So, thank you.